Once again, yesterday in a live interview, President William Samoei Ruto technically pulled the sympathetic strategy by President William Samoei Ruto blatantly telling Kenyans that the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua requested a whopping 10 billion Kenya shillings just for him to push his agenda in the Mount Kenya region from where he sits. He was tactically trying all he can just for Kenyans to see the former deputy president was ill-behaved while him is the best preferred leader. And what is interesting is that no sooner had President William Samoei Ruto finished the interview than the former deputy president instantly replied to that allegation. Before even you listen to Rigathi's response pertaining such an allegation, I'm honestly glad that in the whole 3-hour interview, President William Samoei Ruto said one truthful thing that the former deputy president had assured him, and that is nothing but he said that the former deputy president was going to make him a one-term president. And by now, there are all telltale signs clearly indicating that President William Samoei Ruto is likely to be a one-term president if everything remains constant all the way to 2027. And in his response to the president's allegation, the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, did tweet, and I quote, "I am now convinced more than ever before that pathological lying is a mental illness. The greatest existential threat to our beloved country is outright lying to the people of Kenya without blinking, and failure by a leader to put his team together to harmonize their lies." End of quote. And that was Rigathi's response to President William Samoei Ruto. And from where I sit up to date, I honestly trust none, simply because these are politicians, and times above numbers have always stated that trust a politician at your own peril. Personally, I'd only trust either President William Samoei Ruto or the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua the day that either of them shall come out and blatantly tell Kenyans of what transpired before, during, and after the elections, simply because up to the time of this broadcast, there are millions of Kenyans to whom strongly believe that that election was rigged. And that is to mean that I'd wish that if Gachagua or Ruto is honest with Kenyans, they should just come out and tell Kenyans that there was the existence of the Jose Camargo, to whom played a very critical role in doctoring the election results. But just look at our leaders. They say each and everything against themselves, but when it reaches of what transpired during the election results, that is where they exactly draw a very big line. For I strongly believe for Kenya to move forward, then Our leaders must learn to take responsibility. Another thing that President William Samoei Ruto blatantly lied before the glares of the cameras is on the matter of SHA, simply because numerous times even his own CSs have blatantly told Kenyans that SHA was unfunctional. But contrary to his appointment, President William Samoei Ruto, for the very other time, he told Kenyans that SHA was working, while yourself and millions of Kenyans are aware that SHA isn't functioning. Because it is just the other day that Honorable Musalia Mudavadi did admit that SHA was experiencing some technicalities, and that was to mean that it wasn't functional. And so, in short, President William Samoei Ruto should just learn to put his house in order, simply because they being in government, there is no way that they can keep on speaking from both ends of the mouth. That is next to impossible. And if so be it, who are Kenyans likely to trust? 3 years from now, my fellow Kenyans, you're going to have another chance at the ballot for you to vote for any leader, whether competent or incompetent, to whom you are likely to suffer under him for the next 5 years. So when that time comes, it will be under your jurisdiction to shape your future. If you're going to vote consciously, then you're going to reap big. If you're going to vote just because of the Mtuwetu syndrome, or just because the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga endorsed someone, then I kid you not, you're going to suffer more for the next 5 years. Because currently, even a vast majority of the things that President William Samoei Ruto had been preaching in that live interview yesterday, had these things been done maybe by Kibaki or by Moi, then I kid you not, today we will be focusing on other nitty-gritty things. But currently, in the 21st century, imagine we are still speaking of roads to be constructed, of which I strongly believe by now that should be an idea whose time is already overtaken by events. And as I come to the penultimate part of this episode, that has just been my opinion. If by any chance you do have a contrary opinion to mine, you can as well just feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I'll give them a right of reply. And by any chance, if you've been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, you can as well just consider hitting on the subscribe button. Thank you, and may God bless you.